How much down are you trying to do?
I put $50 in it. I gotta get insurance.
Sure. Do you know roughly what your credit's like?
It's horrible right now. It's like a 4 something.
People can do whatever they want with their money. The problem is, the guy in the first clip doesn't have any.
I'm an hour away down the street. I went the wrong way. I'm on feet. Do you think we're gonna stop? He's walking. That means he needs to leave with a car.
He needs a car, right?
How much down are you trying to do?
I put $50 in it. I gotta get insurance.
Yeah. We did the pre-qualification. You're pulling pretty much a 0 FICO score. To get you into any vehicle, we will have to do like an in-house finance, but you need at least minimum $1,500 or at least $1,000.
$50 down and a 0 credit score. It doesn't get any worse than that. You have to wonder what's going through his head to think he can finance a car when he doesn't even have enough to fill up the gas tank.
You gonna do insurance too?
We have nothing to do with insurance now.
Y'all can't do no deal today?
Yeah, that's the deal. Minimum is for $1,500. If you can get to $1,000, we can push the down payment a little bit.
Y'all can't do 400?
That doesn't even cover your taxes on the cheapest car.
Why they ain't telling me that shit that they call y'all out? I can't be making no blank trips.
I get that, and I apologize. Like, if you would have spoken with somebody like over the phone or something, we could have gotten more of an accurate.
I was texting this. He the boy told me to call over here.
It's a robot. I can definitely talk to my GM about it.
Yeah, man, see what's up. What about the 900?
$1,000 minimum.
Y'all can't hold it for like 2 weeks.
Next to nothing in his pocket, and he wants the dealership to hold the car. With a down payment he doesn't even have yet. He clearly can't afford it, but I used to think the same way. I was spending money I hadn't even earned yet.
Usually on holds, you have to put money. We only hold up to a week. Just whenever you decide to come back, just make sure you talk to like an actual rep and not maybe a robot.
I showed you the text. You got the deal something and all that shit.
Is that a dealer? Yeah. Or if you can get a co-signer, maybe that somebody that can help you.
You gonna drop prices up?
No. It's just it helps with your down payment and stuff. So if the co-signer has good credit, you can put 0 down.
I got a co-signer right now. I'm gonna call right now.
I wonder who the lucky lady is that gets that phone call. Hopefully she has caller ID. Needing a co-signer should be a sign that it's time to fix your finances. If he ever plans to finance anything, it should be on his own, not putting the risk on someone else. With only $50 down, that's all he is, a risk.
I'm just giving you a call about this Hyundai Kona you inquired about. I just want to check with you and see if you're still interested in this one.
I mean, I was, but it's up to the financing.
Are you doing outside financing or?
I was trying to do an application online, but I think whoever I spoke to before said that I had to come in person to do it because I'm local, but I don't really have the time with work. I'd rather just send it over to you guys and see if you can even do anything with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I can send you a credit application for you to fill out.
Yeah, do that, and then I can put at least $1,000, $1,500 down on it. It just depends on whether or not they're willing to do that. Or maybe you guys can tell me if there's any vehicle on your lot.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know roughly what your credit's like?
It's horrible right now. It's like a 4 something.
With a score that low, it's going to be the worst rates possible. Not slightly higher, the worst. The kind where the payment barely touches the principal, where most of it is just interest. Every month you think you're making progress, but the balance doesn't really move. And over time, you end up paying thousands more than the car is even worth.
I went through a divorce, so it really screwed it up, and your house technically looks like it's 90 days behind.
As far as a monthly budget, do you know where you're trying to be at for a vehicle in general?
$300-400.
And then were you doing a trade-in or just doing cash down?
Just cash down. I also have a Pathfinder too, but it's not technically running, so I don't know if I can still use it or not.
Now you're only looking for SUVs or are you open to sedans as well?
Just SUVs.
Just SUVs? Okay.
If I was going through a divorce with a score that low, I'd be looking for the cheapest car I could find. And I'd drive that until everything was settled. That might just mean fixing up the Pathfinder. Nowadays, the second something breaks, people replace the whole car. And that's how it starts. One problem turns into a much bigger one. Now you've got a car payment and a rate you can't afford.
Customer from California submitted an application to buy that 11 Lexus IS, 500 something credit score, $2,500 down. Trying to buy it for her nephew here in Florida. She's trying to glue the things the way that she expects. Gonna go ahead and give her a call, see if we can find her a solution. Is there a reason the parents are not co-signing?
They already have a lot of stuff in their name.
Only way I think I can tackle this deal, putting you both in the loan. He doesn't make any income, right?
None, so he won't be able to do it.
How is he gonna be able to make the payment?
Me, I will.
It's great to think positive, but she's doing a horrible job of managing her own finances. Her credit score shows that. Why would you take on more debt for someone else?
It's a tricky situation. Banks are not going to do it. We have to do it with in-house. The only way I think I can roll this deal is by putting you both in the deal, get at least 30% down on the vehicle. I'll put you maybe in $250 bi-weekly payment, which is almost $500, but it's going to be a very short-term loan, like 2 years only.
I know they don't really need down payments or whatever.
What does that mean? I'm kind of confused. I'm not understanding what that means.
All my friends are in car sales, so they basically said, like, once you get approved, whatever, you don't really need a down payment. It just helps a little.
That's not accurate. If you have 700 credit score, that's absolutely accurate.
I've met quite a few people that don't worry about their credit score. They don't check it. They don't stress about late or missed payments. They max out cards and just make the minimum payment. And when they finally need it, they get offered the worst terms available.
The riskier the loan, the more down payment they want. That's how they see that you're committed to the loan.
That's fine. No, that's fine. I was going to stick to the 2,200, 25 because it's coming out of my pocket, not the family side. That's why I'm going to stick with that, and he won't be on the loan.
I have to put both of you on the loan because, in essence, I do need someone in Florida to be able to register the car.
The issue is, like, I just want to get him a car. I don't want to put too much down.
Is that the only vehicle you guys have interest in? You see a $7,000 vehicle, I might be able to, or like 65 to 7, I might be able to do it with the $2,200 down.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll try again another day then.
If he doesn't have an income, he probably doesn't need the car that bad. It's not like he's going to work. It's definitely a generous thing to do, but that doesn't make it a smart thing to do. The better move would be to put that money towards her debt and let her nephew save up for his own car.
So I have a customer on a test drive right now. She's a 0 score, has 2,000 down, and only makes 2,000 a month. She came in on a 2021 CRV. The car's like 26,000. Before she even looked at the car, she told me she wanted to see what her credit was and just start the process there. I do not know how, but my manager was somehow able to get it approved. Her payment's $663. Her rate is 19%. Let's see if she wants to move forward. Just like that, we have a deal. So she signed. She already got insurance. Let's get it done.
A third of her monthly income going towards a car payment. I don't even know how that would work. Once you factor in everything else, there's not much left. A good portion of whatever is left has to be saved just to keep the car on the road.
25% interest rate on a car should not be legal. And it's honestly quite sad that there's salesmen out there that let customers sign up for a car with a 25% interest rate. I mean, that's like putting your car on a credit card. That's how high of an interest rates we're talking. And it's really not the customer's fault because they probably just aren't knowledgeable on interest rates, but 25% is way too much.
You can't really blame the salesman. It's not their job to babysit. It's a job I'd never do because I know what debt feels like, and I wouldn't want to be the one helping someone get into it.
And is a huge deficit to the customer because a car loses, everybody knows a car loses its value as soon as it leaves the lot. And I was just in disbelief when yesterday I saw somebody with a 25% interest rate. You don't even want to know how much they paid for a 100,000-mile car. That's a whole nother subject, is used cars are way too expensive right now.
The prices are expensive, but people are willing to pay it. People are willing to go deep into debt because as long as the payment looks manageable, the interest rate, the total cost, and how long they're stuck in the loan all gets ignored.
Know how they're even being sold, especially at that interest rate, but it happens because people just don't know. But you know, this is just a fair warning out there, especially to the youth that might not know much about interest rates. When you're trying to get a car, it should not be double digits interest rate. It should be anywhere from 5 to 10. You're getting double digits, you're in the credit card range.
To the younger people looking to buy a car, avoid financing one. Do it the old school way. Save up the money and pay for it cash. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to do the job of getting you where you need to go.
I seen that you were interested in our 2026 Kia Sportage.
I am. My credit isn't really that good at the moment, but I'm definitely interested in it.
Don't worry about the credit. We have a fresh start program where you can just come on in and we'll go ahead and run your credit score and make sure that we can still get you in that vehicle with 0 to low money down.
Okay, I like the sound of that. I'm still interested in that case for it. I definitely need that.
Can I go ahead and set up an appointment for you, sir?
Yeah, most definitely.
How's tomorrow at 2 p.m.?
Tomorrow sounds perfect.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you tomorrow.
The dealers make it sound like it's helpful, but it's not. They're not there to help someone in need. Fresh start sounds great, but bad credit means you pay down your debt, not take on more. Most people who go through something like this will end up in a worse position. The higher payment, the interest, and how much they're really paying all get buried in the excitement of getting a new car.
Repossessions suck. As I walk through all these repossessions, I'm walking through Capital One's repossession lane right now. I kind of feel bad. Look, this guy got a parking ticket. He got to pay. Then you got your car repo, then you got a parking ticket. That sucks. This is evidence that you didn't have insurance. You crashed your car. You're like, just let it go. But like I was saying is, I'm walking through Capital One's repossessed lane, right? And it's a bittersweet moment because it's opportunity for me as a dealer to buy halfway decent cars at a great price that I can in turn make a profit and support my family and everything.
Rows and rows of cars, and somehow people were approved to buy them. I would bet that most knew they couldn't afford it when they signed. The dealers too. But that doesn't seem to matter anymore. It's such a low bar for approval now. Come up with $1,000 and agree to a high interest rate.
But sometimes I sit in the cars and I see people's belongings. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Your son's soccer bag is in here with his cleats you know, his little soccer ball. And I'm like, yo, you didn't expect this. You thought you had time. Then you wake up in the morning, your car is gone. First thing you do is call the police. Then they tell you, oh, your car was repoed. Then you call the tow guy who picked it up. And he's a complete asshole. Like he's never been through hard times in his life. Then you call the bank and you try to negotiate a deal. They don't want to hear it because they're just a robot and a machine.
It's easy to focus on getting approved. A lot harder to keep up with the payments. An approval makes you feel like you can afford it. Like they wouldn't let you drive away if you couldn't. But approval isn't affordability. It just means someone's willing to take the risk. And if the payment doesn't work, that's how it ends, with a repo.
Then you're like, damn, how am I going to get my kids to school? How am I going to get to work? Right? You figure that out. Then you're at work and people are like, oh, why were you late? Everybody in your chest for being late. Like, you just want to lose it at that point. My car got repossessed. I got no money in my account. I couldn't afford the Uber. My kid had to stay home from school. And you just lose your mind. I've been there. I've had 2 repossessions in my life. So it's kind of bittersweet. But it makes me ask the question, whose fault is it for all these repossessions?
It's on the buyer. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You know what you make, you know what you spend. The bank can approve it all day. That doesn't make it make sense. You're the one taking on the payment. You're the one living with it every month. And if it falls apart, you're the one dealing with the fallout. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.